What's going on there, guys? We're back with another one. And today, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson went in on Stephen A. Smith again based off of what he did to Russell Westbrook, but also his comments that Donald Trump can relate to African Americans, plight in this country, just based off what he's going through with law enforcement right now. And what I will say is Stephen A. Smith tried to back off of those Donald Trump comments a little bit. He didn't apologize. In my last video, I said he apologized, but he tried to clarify more than apologize, but it wasn't well received. And also, he said that he called the league office to wonder why Russell Westbrook wasn't suspended, and they went in on him again because now he's trying to justify that as well, saying that that's what reporters do all of the time. But it's the same type of behavior that got him in trouble with AI, and he said when AI talked to him, he decided not to do it with him anymore. So you can't play favorites. You know, you should take your experience with Allen Iverson and treat Russell Westbrook and the other guys the same way based off of what you're not going to do to Allen Iverson, you shouldn't do to another brother of color, um, or any player for that matter. Just to try to get some information and be first or something, or try to get that inside scoop on something like that. The league had made its decision. He was going to play. No need to further explore that because they've already made a choice, and you don't want to take money out of people's pocket. You know, if he gets suspended, people don't talk about this, but it's also an image hit if you become like a dirty player, especially at this juncture of Russell Westbrook's career. You know, at one point when he was with the Lakers, people thought he might be on his way out the league. He's kind of revitalized himself as six man, as an energizer bunny off the bench. And maybe other teams will be looking for him to be that for them, even if after his tenure with the Clippers, if he continues to play this way. So he's kind of reinvented himself and found a niche in the NBA. And for you to ask why this man isn't suspended, it could be viewed as if you're trying to damper his future prospects, his future opportunities, which that's frowned upon by me and several others in your space. You know, you got Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. And also, let me say this. Kendrick Perkins is close with Steven Jackson, but Steven Jackson called Perk out too for agreeing with Stephen A. Smith. He said, he probably should have checked him live right there on air, man. So we about to get into this. Let's check it out.
Stephen A. and he's our guy, but Stephen A. has been out here wilding of late. Would you even call it that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna use the word I want to, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, starting off with said blacks in America can relate to Trump because of the how he's being harassed and arrested and all this kind of shit, which is wild as fuck. And then he tried to go back and correct us and tell us what he said, or what he didn't say, but everyone heard what he did say. And the shit was so outlandish that motherfucking Shitlock agreed with them. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Stephen A. just have a diss track on Whitlock like 3 months ago? Like, he got this nigga agreeing with him now, defending him, agreeing him. He was looking for a little rope, and he found it. He also said, called the league office the other day, and this one, Gillie posted this, and this one hurt my soul, man. Like, he called the league office to see why Russell Westbrook was suspended. And that just don't sit right with me. And he's a journalist, he needs information. That shit was just weak to me. So we're going to get to Jalen Rose in a second, because that's another friend of the program. But Jack, Stephen A. Smith of late, what's going on with our guy, man?
One, the reason why my main problem with a lot of people, and especially with Stephen A. when he say stuff like this, Matt, if you was on the corner with 10 brothers in your neighborhood, you wouldn't have said that. You wouldn't have had the balls to say black people relate to Trump. You wouldn't have said that in front of your people, in a room full of your people. You said that on TV because you're comfortable there, and that's the narrative that they want you to pay, because somebody probably told you to say that. Bro, I'm not the most intelligent person, but I told you I'm first team common sense. That's why you say these things on TV. So that's why people look at you funny and don't give you the respect. Everything that me and Matt will say on here, we'll say in any barbershop, on any corner, in front of any setting, in front of anybody, because that's how we truly feel.
So Stephen Jackson is saying right here that Stephen A. don't get the respect that he wants sometimes from the black community, because sometimes he'll say things they agree with, and other times it's like he's pandering to a crowd. Um, and sometimes he may just try to hide behind cuss words to come off authentic. But they're saying that he has viewpoints that are contrary to statements that he makes at other times. And what I will say is nobody has to be groupthink. You could think how you want to think and believe what you want to believe. I support that as far as not always going with the popular or going with the group. Sometimes you gotta just have your thoughts and feel how you want to feel. But the way Stephen A. Smith comes off and delivers it, I think is what rubbed people the wrong way. Let's continue.
Nobody's telling us a certain thing. So that was the weakest thing. And on the
Mm,
second thing, Matt, you don't work for the league.
mm,
What make you think you got the power to call and get somebody suspended? So
yeah.
you opening more doors to thinking now, okay, the times where you done went on TV and spoke bad about me and other players, you called and put your vote in to get people suspended. Is that's what you saying? That's crazy that you would openly say that. And hold on, my little brother, I love you to death, but you agree with that, Perk, and you a player. You
Mm,
know better than that. Just imagine if you was playing and he called the league when you got into it with somebody, Serge Ibaka or somebody, and they saying that, and he called and saying, "Well, I think Perk needs to be suspended, taking money out your pocket and your family." That's crazy, dog. That's
yeah.
the weakest thing he could have ever said on TV, Matt.
Yeah.
Back
So
to back days.
we don't know what he said or if he said that he thought they should have been suspended. I didn't see that part, but I agree. I think the Trump shit was wild and outlandish. But if I'm not mistaken, he's doing some stuff over at Fox, and I don't know if that was there or if it was on ESPN or where it was at. But that shit was weak. But the Westbrook shit hurt my heart for a reason. Like it stung because for just a lot of different reasons. I just don't think that's something is in the playoffs, star players, someone like Russ who's taken so much bullshit from the media to begin with. He's out there and playing his role on that team. He went from superstar to now he's out there being the whole plugger, the dirty guy, the shit that doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. That's his roles now, and he's adapted to that role. So for him to kind of go over there and do that and make that call, that shit just didn't sit well. And again, I mean, Stephen A is our brother. And Jack, I think that's why this era is so dope. I feel like in media because he used to just be able to say that and let the shit ride, and no one could say nothing to him because no one else had platforms. And again, we got a lot of love for Stephen A. Smith. We don't f with Whitlock, but I got a lot of love for Stephen A. I f with Stephen A. But sometimes he says some shit that's just like, come on, bro, you know
Well,
better than
Matt,
him.
I mean, and that's your boy. I come from under the old law. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people that I grew up with that came out of jail that I know that snitching that I ain't fucking with. He a snitch. You snitching, bro. You called the league and
Yeah,
told it, nah, fuck that, Matt. You called the league and tried to get
yeah.
that man suspended. That was the league decision. You don't do no shit like that, bro. You don't do no shit like
Mm,
that's the weakest shit ever. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not
mm,
fucking with him no more. Y'all can be your homeboy. I can't fuck with
ain't
no shit like
never.
that, dog. Russ is my partner. And you know, I'm one of the people that's been going to bat for Russ. I didn't hang with Russ. Me and Russ never went out to eat or nothing like that. I'm standing up for Russ on some real nigga shit. That was the weakest shit he could have ever done was call the league and ask why somebody not suspended, dog. Fuck that.
I tried to edit Steven Jackson's words the best I could, but man, he went ballistic on Stephen A. Smith, and he went so far to say he's not messing with him no more based off of that. And you know, it's a beautiful time in the media where you can see people clap right back, and you can get the pushback, and the audience don't have to accept this is what the masses and media think, or you're not seeing a Steven Jackson or Matt Barnes at ESPN, trying to maintain that job so they can come on and say what they want to say about Stephen A. Smith. Where, as they used to could just chop it up to, man, that's just a little YouTuber coming at me, and you're on your little YouTube platform or your little podcast. They used to demean the people that had a opinion different from them, but now you have people in the media space that's backed by Showtime, DraftKings, whoever it may be that's backing a specific podcast, Barstool, whatever the case. Um, you have to pay attention because these are public figures that feel a lot of the way that some of the people that are on YouTube that's been saying these things for years feel about these people. And some of the things that they do, the actions could go unchecked. They had all the power in media. I know Stephen A likes to say, Shannon Sharp, if I didn't want you on first take, you wouldn't be here, or he loves to flex that. But now I mean, okay, we don't have to be here. We could be, several other places. That's why he's going off to try to get his own thing. Don't let him fool you by saying if you don't you wouldn't be here if I didn't want you here. He wants his own thing like some of these other guys got their own thing, and rightfully so. There ain't no knock on him, but the thing about Russell Westbrook and trying to call the league office, it just don't come off as good. Like, have you ever called the league office on Grayson Allen? With any of those trips or some of the things that he's done? I would like to know if you've ever called the league on Grayson Allen. Like, that would be a good question for him to answer. Did you call the league office and say, hey, how's that Josh Giddy investigation going? Y'all find anything else? Or did you just leave it be? Because I just want to know, how that's going. I just want to know how that's going, especially someone that likes 90s physical play and all that, just to call and check on that. Just if you call and check on that, you need to say, oh yeah, by the way, how's the Josh Giddy investigation going? How's Grayson Allen tripping going? You know, how's all these type of things going too? Like, don't just say one thing, say all the things that are a problem in the NBA, because this is where you're going to get that pushback. And I know you may not care what a lot of people think, but I know you do care about what Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, those guys like that think as it comes to your credibility. I know you've been trying to get black people back on your side for a while after some of the things you've said. But you can't please everybody, man. So if you feel how you feel that and rock with that. But don't try to play both sides. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.
Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down.
I'm not going to take it down.
Skip, 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 skip.